Greater Sandton and beyond. Get ready for the SANDTON Times Hour
with your host,
Alexander.
Let's do this one more time for 2022. It's the SANDTON Times Hour on Mix 93.8 FM and is always available as a podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify. I'm Alexander Leipner. This is edition 98, week 52 of December 2022. And here we are. The last show for the year, and then we do it all over again in 2023. If you want to get in touch, you can email editor@sandtontimes.co.za. You can also reach out to us on social media @SANDTONTimes and visit the website www.sandtontimes.co.za. As always, feel free to send in your questions, your comments, and be part of the conversation. Thank you for being part of the SANDTON Times Hour Nation this year, and it's been great hearing from you wherever you are in the world. In South Africa, in Gauteng, I'm happy to report that all is well in Sandton land as the last days in the lead up to Christmas unfold. Vincenzo is, of course, behind the desk one more time to be sure that we sound 100% for the next hour. And if you are listening live on Mix 93.8 FM, well, I do encourage you to use the WhatsApp line once more. You can get in touch like Tash did. And thanks to Tash, your message read, "Good evening, Alex. I'm absolutely loving the Christmas tunes. Since you spoke to Smokey, I played their version of When a Child is Born, and I can't stop listening to their Christmas album." That's great, Tash. And now I can also add Rob Thomas to my Christmas tunes. Well, Tash, I'm glad we've enhanced your Christmas playlist over the last couple of weeks. I actually went to go see Smokey on Friday night and had a great time. It really set the tone for the long weekend, Day of Reconciliation weekend. And it was great to just be at a live show again after so many years. And then also congrats to the winners of the FIFA World Cup 2022. Can you believe it's all over now? But some incredible talent on the field and marvelous football over the last 3 weeks. I mean, there's been some really incredible players, some really incredible games. And especially this last bit has been quite intriguing. And next year we can look forward to the Rugby World Cup. Hey, can you believe it's around the corner in September? We're doing the Rugby World Cup again, and no pressure on the Springboks as the defending champions coming into that. I really do hope that we might be able to re-spark the same magic we had in 2019 when we won the World Cup. Well, coming up on this week's episode, he has the astounding ability to read minds and manipulate the unmanipulatable. Is it unmanipulatable? Is that even a word? Who puts the stuff in here? Well, anyway, stay listening as he joins me for a few live mental tricks right here on the show, which I'm sure will leave you wanting more. He's quite fantastical in that way. Then she's one of South Africa's hottest actresses, having starred in many major productions, and she joins me to talk about returning to our screens in January 2023. Next, they've just completed a reality television cooking competition, but I want to know from this cooking duo what they've got lined up for Christmas. And finally, we wrap it all up for 2022 and call it a year as I head out for a little bit of R&R. All this and more coming up. Do we have any headlines for this week? Sort of. Okay. Oh, yes. This week, before I forget, we've got our festive tunes playlist again, but they are songs that you would have heard in some of the most loved Christmas movies, starting off with this all-time favorite.
Connect with the SANDTON Times. Email editor@sandtontimes.co.za.
This is the SANDTON Times Hour on Mix 93.8 FM with Billy Mack and Christmas is All Around. From the 2003 movie Love Actually, starring a list of well-known actors. It's just such a feel-good movie. Hey, I haven't seen that in a while, but it's just one of those movies you just want to watch every single Christmas. Christmas is all around. That's that sort of retake on the wet, wet, wet. Love is all around. It's time to take a look at your highlights for this year. All right, so what was our top content on the SANDTON Times for 2022? Well, let's have a look. On Instagram, brunch at Alto 234 on top of the Leonardo, which is the highest urban bar in Africa right here in SANDTON. Well, that caught your attention. That got a lot of likes. Further away, Sindile Luxury Tented Camp at Shamwari was one of the most loved pieces of travel content that we did this year on the SANDTON Times. Then the crowning of the new Miss South Africa as well as the top 10 announcement was very popular on the Instagram feed. Next, it was the Festive City, Sandton City's Christmas Wonderland. If you haven't been yet, go check that out. That received much love on Instagram as well. Then the Moët & Chandon Magical Cork Hot Air Balloon at Reboville, and that was in Waterfall, if I remember correctly. That had many excited along with the launch of Kendall and Kylie's fashion range right here in Sandton. Then on the food front, the opening of Raw on Maud Street and Chunky Chow in Rosebank. Well, there were two of the top restaurant posts that we had for 2022 on the Instagram feed. And then overall, video dominated everyone's interest, which is quite interesting. And I'm sure we're going to do way more video in 2023 on the Instagram feed and also on Facebook. And I suppose across all the social media, TikTok. There's more to come. Then on the website, well, there's no surprises here. The FIFA World Cup and F1 dominated our readers' interests, along with Come Dine With Me. Come Dine With Me. I think I should enter Come Dine With Me next year. I'm turning 40. I've been playing around with this idea of actually entering a couple of reality TV shows just for fun. You know, when you turn 40, it's a milestone, and you kind of want to tick off a couple of things. So maybe I should enter Come Dine With Me. Then restaurant reviews also featured very highly on the website this year, along with all the competitions we've been running. We've been running some fabulous competitions on the website, and which is great. And congratulations to all of those who won some things this year. I actually got an email from one of our readers the other day who had won a gin experience where you go and you sort of learn how gin is made and you make your own gin bottle, and then she stayed over and had dinner at the Indaba Hotel and breakfast the next morning, and she sent me a message and said it was absolutely wonderful. We had such a great experience. Thank you so much. Even sent me pictures of their experience, which is always fantastic, and it's great to get that kind of feedback. And there was also plenty of Santa news, obviously, that made headlines this year, internationally as well. Remember, we had that alleged terror alert that happened in Sandton, and a whole bunch of other things. There was also Pride, and those things always get the website cooking. And I absolutely have no doubt that in 2023, now that everything's opened up post-COVID, it'll be an even bigger year. So let's leave it there with the highlights for this year. Time to catch up with top African mentalist Larry Soffer for a bit of magic and mind reading right after the break.
You're listening to the SANDTON Times Hour. Follow the SANDTON Times on social media.
At SANDTON Times.
Well, as it is our last show for this year, and we only see you again in 2023, well, we thought, let's keep it light, let's keep it interesting. It's the final run-up to Christmas and the New Year, and people are probably officially off work. And if you are at work, well, I don't know what you're doing there. You're probably just sipping the coffee and using the free parking because no one else is there. So you're taking it quite easy. So we thought, let's get some interesting personalities on the show and make this interactive. So I thought, let's get Larry Soffer on. He's the leading African mentalist. I had the pleasure of meeting Larry, funny enough, weeks or months before lockdown, and we actually met at the Indaba Hotel there in Four Ways. You actually brought my watch to a grinding halt, and there were a couple of other marvelous things that kept me concerned throughout lockdown, Larry. So it's great to chat to you again.
You too, Alex. Thank you for having me.
So, Larry, just give us a bit of a context in terms of what is a mentalist? If people have never encountered your work, what does a mentalist do?
So as a mentalist, I read minds, I predict the future, I bend metal, I do all sorts of weird and wonderful things that you guys are going to get to experience a little bit into the show in just a moment. Just to let you know, I don't predict like lotto numbers or people's future in their lives and so on, because the future is really what you create. But there's certain things that I can predict because people, I believe, are to some degree predictable. So I can predict your thoughts and where they're going to go, etc.
That is quite frightening, Larry. And if you're listening right now, well, it's going to get a whole lot more weird and wonderful in a few minutes. But Larry, maybe just to provide some context, is this something that people can learn, or is this something that you're naturally born with? Is this sort of some sort of mystical talent that you woke up one day and discovered that you had this sort of skill?
I believe it's a little bit of both. Yeah, whatever you believe in, you can make happen. And I believe that we all born with certain abilities, and we all very powerful spiritual beings. And on that note, I believe that we are capable of near impossible things. And sometimes people would even consider that we're capable of the impossible. So I would say it's a little bit of both, born with a little bit of skill and talent, and secondly, have acquired certain knowledge along the way to be able to create the seemingly impossible.
Well, Larry, I mean, you have made a career out of this. I mean, you do this for corporates, you do this for small groups, big groups. I mean, you've been doing this online, and maybe just also provide some context on that. You and I are actually not even sitting together right now. You're chatting to me through a Zoom call. So we're not even in the same room. We're not in the same, I think we're in the same city, but we're not even sort of in close proximity to each other, which will add a whole nother interesting dimension to this conversation. But you've done some incredible performances for some really interesting people.
Definitely. I've performed 10 times for the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I've performed for Jay-Z, Beyonce, Mike Rutherford from Mike and the Mechanics, and a few other celebrities and royalty, etc. And I love what I do. I mainly do corporate work. I travel around the world performing for different kinds of functions, also for private parties. So not only for the rich and famous, but for people's 40th and 50th, and whoever would like to have me at their function and have the guests mind blown.
Well, I think you're totally right. I mean, it's truly tremendous seeing you live in action, and you must also be quite happy to be able to engage with people now face to face again, because doing this sort of remotely out of your studio at home or studio in an office, it must have been a little bit disjointing, isn't it?
For sure. I think there's pros and cons to both. I really enjoy doing virtual shows, and you'll get to see how I can do this virtually with you in just a moment. I actually created a full hour virtual show where people got to experience the mind reading happening across the screen. I got them to read my mind. There was a point in the show where everybody got to experience the impossible, all happening in their home at the same time. And virtual shows are still happening, by the way, and not as many as before, but they're still happening. And obviously, we're back to live shows. But I really do enjoy both. There's pros and cons to both. Obviously, the technical side of things, myself and my manager had to acquire the knowledge and the skill to run things technically, and that was quite a challenge, but it was a lot of fun at the same time.
Amazing, Larry. Well, let's get into it. Let's get a bit of a taste of what you can do. And let me hand it over to you. You take the lead.
Okay, great. So do you have somebody who you can call?
Yeah.
Can be absolutely anybody. Could be a friend, a family member, can be anybody that you know that would probably take the call.
Okay, let me have a quick look here who I can give a quick call. I think I've got someone here. Hold on. Let's just
and just so everybody knows, there's no way that I could ever know who you're about to call, right?
No, certainly not. No, you don't have access to my phone book. Definitely not.
Okay, great. And you didn't type it down. You didn't write it.
No.
You didn't show anybody. This is the first time that you're actually making up your mind on who you're about to call, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So don't say the person's name just yet. Have you already started dialing the person?
Yes.
It sounded like it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Maybe we could put down just for a moment, but you've got a person in mind right now, right?
Yes. And they're not picking up.
Okay, cool. And they're not picking up. Okay. So maybe you want to think of somebody else who you'd like to call. I'm going to have a look into the future, and I'm going to try and see a number between 1 and 100 that the person you're about to call is about to choose. So I'm going to try and perceive a number between 1 and 100 that this person is about to choose before you even ask them to think of it. That would be pretty crazy, right?
This is the next person, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, that would be pretty crazy, yeah.
Okay, great. So here we go. Okay, I got something, Alex. I believe that this is the number that this person is about to choose. And I'm just going to write a full message here for you.
All right.
Here we go. All right. I've got something. Perfect. So, Alex, I'm going to leave my marker down here. I'm going to leave the board here in full view for you to see.
Yeah, I can see it.
You can go ahead, get the person on. Yeah, you can see it. Perfect. I've written down my prediction of what I believe this person's about to choose. So first of all, who are you about to call?
We're going to try someone else now. It's a friend of mine who's actually about to move overseas. So let's see if he picks up the phone, if he isn't packing boxes.
Okay, great. And what is his name?
Russell.
Russell, and that's with a double S and a double L, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, interesting. So I want you to give him a call and ask him to choose any number that he would like between 1 and 100. He can change his mind as many times as he likes. Most guys go for the naughty number the first time around. Don't know why. If you don't know what the naughty number is,
you're on the wrong
I'm sure
show.
You can find out from a friend later.
That's right. Okay, let's see if we can get hold of him.
Okay, cool.
Alex.
Russell, how's it going, man?
Yeah, like I knew.
Good, man, Russell. Listen, sorry to worry you. You're actually live on my radio show on Mix 93.8 FM. I'm actually busy interviewing Larry Soffer, who is a mentalist. And he's about to guess, or has already guessed, the number that you're about to guess.
Really?
You with me? Okay. He is. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. So, Larry, what do you need?
Ask him to choose
any number?
Yeah, all he has to do is choose any number between 1 and 100.
Any number between 1 and 100, Russell.
Okay. Shall I, do I let you know what the number is or what?
Larry, can you tell us the number?
Totally.
Okay.
I've already committed to my thoughts.
Yeah, he's already written it down on a board, which I'm busy looking at the moment. What is the number you've thought of?
8.
8.
Between 1 and 100, he chooses 8.
Yeah, he's chosen 8.
Okay. This is so crazy. First of all, Alex, there's no way that I could have ever known that you would have chosen Russell here today, right?
There's no way you would have even known that I would have phoned Russell, no.
Because you said it on the last moment and I already settled on my prediction. And second of all, there's definitely no way then that I could have known that he would have chosen the number 8, correct?
Highly unlikely. I mean, 1 in 100 are the chances, yeah.
What's so crazy is that I said, Russell will say 8.
I don't believe it. That is so ridiculous. That is unbelievable. Larry, that is unbelievable. He got it right, Russell. It says Russell will say 8.
That's unbelievable. Magic 8 ball.
That is so absolutely crazy. Shame, Larry, can I release Russell again now that he's completely shocked?
You can send him back. Yeah, thanks, Russ. You did amazing.
Russell, you're amazing. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That's crazy. Anyway.
I'll chat to you soon, man.
Alex, we'll chat.
Happy packing.
Cool.
Cheers, bye.
Thanks, yeah.
Larry, that's crazy. I mean, even Russell's now in shock. I don't even know if he's still going to leave the country.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he wouldn't be able to think of how to pack and what to pack anymore. He's going to be stuck on these thoughts. But I would like to take a little bit further. And Alex, I'd like you to think of any celebrity in the world.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay, great. So just look at me. First of all, there's no way I could ever know what your celebrity's name is because you didn't write it down anywhere. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell anybody else. You're merely just thinking of this person right now.
And we're literally looking at each other through a camera on a screen. So we're not even in the same space. No.
Exactly. So just think of this person in your mind. Okay. Like in a split second, literally like a second, I think what happened was you went through 2 celebrities and also a family member passed through your mind. And this family member was a male. Yes?
Correct. Yes.
And you didn't think of a friend. You went like this family member went through your mind. And is this person your brother?
No, brother, no.
No. And what's the relation? What's the relation?
He's a cousin.
He's a cousin. So there's no way that I could ever know who this person is because I couldn't have done research on you to find out who you might think of or anything like that. So you purposefully, probably your mind purposefully thought of this person like fleetingly because it's something that I could never have found out through research on Google or anything like that, right?
Highly unlikely, Larry, highly unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll get back to the family member in just a moment. But when you settled on a celebrity, you went through between 2 different celebrities in your mind. I know this all happened in a very fast second.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There was 2 males that you were thinking of.
Yes, that's right.
Did you want to go? Wait, are they both like actors?
They are both actors. That's right. Yes.
And they're both English.
Yeah. They're both
from the UK.
They're both from the UK. That's right.
but the one I'm getting the one that you settled on in your mind right now. Even though he's from the UK, he's not typically known as being from the UK. Like he's known as being from Hollywood.
Correct.
But the other one's typically known from the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you almost go for Hugh Grant?
That's right. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
And you settled on Liam Neeson?
That's the one I settled on, man. Larry, that is unbelievable. Amazing. You got it spot on.
And what's even crazier is I got the idea that you had a fleeting thought of a family member. And this is a cousin of yours. And there's no way that I could ever know your cousin's name, right?
Correct.
But I'm getting... Yeah, I truly believe, and I think this is what happened. I hope I'm correct here. Do you have Instagram?
I do have Instagram, yes.
Okay, so I'm going out on a limb over here,
Okay.
Alex. I believe that I knew who your cousin's name or what your cousin's name would be and which cousin you would think of even before that fleeting thought happened, before we even got started here today.
Yeah.
If I've predicted correctly your cousin's name on my Instagram page,
okay,
that would be out of this world, right?
Totally. Do I have to go onto your Instagram page now?
So if you could go onto my Instagram page for a second.
Let me have a quick look.
So you go onto Instagram, you type in my name, Larry Soffer, Larry Soffer.
Okay.
And look what it says in my bio. Can you read that out?
That is absolutely wild. I believe Alex will think of Marcus.
Is Marcus your cousin?
That is it. And it's not with a C, it's with a K. And you got it spot on.
With a K, yes.
That's it, man. Larry, that's truly crazy.
Unbelievable, yes.
Amazing, Larry. Listen, congratulations.
Thank you. I believe that whatever you believe in, you can make happen. And maybe we can even put it up on the screen. You can take a screenshot and we can put it up on the screen for the listeners. But
I'm gonna screen grab it right now, and we will post this on the SANDTON Times platforms, so people can just witness it for themselves.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic, man. Well, there you have it. Larry Soffer talking about Liam Neeson. Well, he is a man with a special set of skills that will make you think twice about what you think of. And it's been such a pleasure having you on. I don't know about you. I'm actually, I'm totally blown away. I don't even know what to say after that. But unbelievable, Larry. Thank you so much. Listen, I hope you have a great break. And it is the bottom of the hour, and it's time for some more music from one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. Can you guess which one? I'm sure Larry can.
Back for more?
The SANDTON Times Hour continues.
You're listening to the SANDTON Times Hour on Mix 93.8 FM with Darlene Love and All Alone on Christmas. And that's from the 1992 movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, starring Macaulay Culkin. You know, it's all about your favorite Christmas movies this week. So we're picking some of our favorite Christmas movies, your favorite Christmas movies, picking some of the songs from those movies because it just rekindles some sort of nostalgic feeling in all of us as we think back to some of those movies, especially the 90s. They had some really great Christmas movies. I mean, Francesca, can you believe Larry there with what he did there? I don't know. I can't get my head around it. How did he work that out? It's incredible. It's worrying and incredible at the same time, I must say. Well, taking you into the second half of the SANDTON Times Hour, my name is Alexander Leibner, and you know how this works. If there's anything that sounded good during the show, but you didn't manage to get all the details, well, be sure to visit the show notes on www.sandtontimes.co.za for a detailed breakdown of everything discussed on this week's edition. Also, be sure to check out the social media accounts at SANDTON Times, and feel free to engage however you like with any of those platforms, whatever works for you. And you can also use the hashtag SANDTON Times Hour. And I want to see more of that happening in 2023. Right. LIONESS Season 2. I don't know if you watched LIONESS Season 1. It's a great series. There's some fantastic series that have been coming out over lockdown on Mnet. We had Still Breathing. Then we had LIONESS that came out. Then, there were some really great local productions. I mean, really of international quality. We just had Reika now that's been nominated for an Emmy. And LIONESS is one of those. If you haven't seen LIONESS, well, the reason we're doing this now because LIONESS Season 2 only comes out at the end of January. So 26th of January, 2023 at 8 o'clock on Mnet. But you now have a chance to catch the Season 1 on DStv Catch Up, so you can get yourself up to speed with Lioness. It's a really, really fantastic series, and it's great to see such high-quality productions coming onto South African screens, and they're South African productions, so they're our own local actors doing some incredible things. And joining me to discuss this is the lead actress, Shannon Esra. And Shannon, it's great to chat to you again.
It's so wonderful to chat to you, Alex. Always a pleasure.
So Shannon, tell me, how are you feeling about Lioness Season 2? Finally, it's here.
I'm very, very excited, and I'm very, very nervous. It's equal parts excitement and nerves.
Why is that? Is it difficult to get back into that role, having not done it for a while? Or is there now this expectation that after the success of the first season, now people are going, well, now you're going to have to really lay it on? And without giving away too much, I know your character also now has to escalate things a bit.
So it is certainly the pressure of the success of the first season. It was a tangible thing that we all felt during the filming of season 2, which we shot through February to May this year. You know, it has been almost 2 years. It will be 2 years since it aired. So, you know, you want to get audiences back on track. We want everyone to go and watch season 1 again, or if you haven't watched it before, watch it. Slipping back into the role is, you know, you get the script and you start feeling all those wonderful, tingly, bodily memories, and it's pretty easy to slip back in. But yeah, the pressure, yeesh, it's been a lot.
Well, Shannon, listen, for people who haven't seen Lioness Season 1, who have no idea what we're talking about right now, try and give us your executive summary without spoiling too much and giving people enough of a taste to get onto DStv Catch Up and actually watch the first season.
Sure, absolutely. So season 1 of Lioness is about a woman who is wrongly convicted of crimes committed by her husband. And she ends up being sentenced to 15 years in jail, and she has to walk away from her 3 children. And absolutely everybody believes that she is guilty of this crime. And once she is paroled after 8 years of incarceration, and it is her life's mission to prove her innocence. It's also to regain the love and trust of her children, who have never come to see her in 8 years. It's to try and develop those relationships once again. And it's a roller coaster ride, season 1. So season 2 is now I can't give anything away, but where season 1 ends, we leap right off from there, and it's like a runaway train off its tracks, and there are no brakes, and you just got to hold on tight.
Fantastic. No, listen, I mean, it's, as I say, the first one was a great watch. I'm really looking forward to season 2. But second seasons or follow-up seasons aren't always guaranteed in this business, right? I mean, you were part of another fantastic production during lockdown called Still Breathing. And if I was holding my breath right now for season 2 of that, I might have already suffocated.
That, exactly.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I know. And I'm still waiting for that. But I mean, what kind of determines if a second season comes about or not? Because often the story isn't resolved in a first season.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when we write shows, unless they're limited series, we write with the intention of a second or a third, or even more if we can. If the characters have scope and if the story has scope. Who and what determines whether that season gets picked up or commissioned again? I have no idea. And, I'd love to know. So if there were some magical fairies that would come and whisper the secret in my ear, please do. I'm as interested as you are.
Right. So you just get a phone call one day and they're saying, hey, Shannon, that series you did a couple of months ago? We're doing another one of those. So get your jeans on and let's do this.
Yeah. Pull your big girl panties on and get going. Sure. No problem.
Your words, not mine. Strap
yourself in, sonny boy.
So, Shannon, I mean, right now you get to have a bit of a break. I suppose the real madness starts once this thing gets onto our screens in January.
Yeah, I mean, the promotional material is starting to get out there steadily, and we will definitely be working very hard on the socials to firstly get people who didn't watch season 1 to go and watch season 1, and then for those who did, to get back, maybe watch it again, just refresh everything in your mind so that you can really experience the just as it erupts out of the ground. You want to kind of be in the seat, strapped in.
Right. Well, Shannon, did you have to prepare or do anything extraordinary for season 2? I mean, was there any particular training or any particular thing you had to go through to get yourself ready for this?
Meditation, a lot of finding a center.
Mental prep.
In terms of yeah, like that mental alacrity is incredibly important, especially for a role as demanding as Samantha. But in terms of the physical training, luckily I do have a lot of fight training under my belt, and I did karate for many years, so that stood me in very good stead. It's always good to learn how to fall down and not hurt yourself. But we had wonderful stunts people, and we had an incredibly dedicated crew who was always looking out for our best interest and our well-being. So yeah, I felt very, very, very supported there.
Well, fantastic. Well, I look forward to seeing the whole cast return back where they were or where they left us off.
I'm so excited for everybody. I'm so excited, and I really hope and pray that audiences are glued to their screens. I read through all 10 scripts in one day.
Well, there you have it. I mean, there's a feat on its own. If it's anything like season 1, I'm sure people are going to love season 2. Let me just quickly give people the details. If you want to watch season 1 of Lioness, it's available on DStv Catch Up from the 19th of December. So you can catch up on that. You can binge watch it now during the holidays. And then season 2 will premiere on Mnet at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Thank goodness again, because Thursdays are a great slot. On the 26th of January 2023. So you've got a good month and a bit to at least get season 1 under your belt, and you know what you're in for season 2. And if you've already watched season 1, this is a good time to refresh it, because otherwise you don't know what's going on in episode 1 of season 2.
That's that you've just said it all, Alex. Right.
Well, then we can just leave it right there.
You do this for a living. Have you done this before? Because you did it very well.
Well, Shannon, we're almost at 100 episodes of this particular show. So I mean, by now.
No, you're a smooth operator, Alex. Very smooth. Thank you so much.
Shannon, you can stay. But listen, it's almost Christmas. Do you want to send out a Christmas wish before I wrap this all up?
I definitely want to wish everybody a happy, healthy, prosperous 2023. I really, it is my biggest hope and prayer that 2023 is kinder to the world.
I think that's a great wish. Shannon Esra, Lioness Season 2 coming out end of January 2023. Thank you so much for joining us on the SANDTON Times Hour.
Online, on air,
anywhere, anytime.
This is the SANDTON Times Hour.
Well, Christmas is just around the corner and all the holidays are around the corner, and we know what that means. It means you're having your family over, your friends over. You're probably going to whip up some really great dishes, and we're really crossing our fingers and hoping for the best in many instances. But a lot of people also not quite sure, what do we make? With load shedding, you don't know if you're going to put something in the oven, if the power's going to last. Do you maybe even just plan as a contingency to do everything outside on a braai? So many things to think about in 2022 when it comes to Christmas and people coming over. So I thought, well, let's get two people on who know a little bit about culinary work. They've just come second in one of South Africa's reality TV shows on the satellite channels. And they're Azraa and Waven, Harper. And it's great to have you two on. Thanks so much for joining me on the SANDTON Times Hour.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, you're both passionate cooks, so you're going to have to take turns as to who's going to answer all these questions. But what have you guys got planned for Christmas? I mean, what are you looking to do when it comes to your Christmas spread this year?
We are doing the traditional Christmas lunch, which is a starter, main, and dessert. Well, actually, a few mains. Every year, Waven makes a lamb curry. We have a roast turkey. We have roast lamb. We have some prawn canapes as a starter. And then dessert, we normally do cheesecake. But with load shedding, we're not sure if all of that will be possible this year.
Okay, well,
and we mustn't forget gammon.
Yes.
I can't have a Christmas without gammon, so my famous gammon will definitely be on our Christmas table this year.
Okay, well, let's take a step back there. So you've either got a really big family or you're going to have a lot of leftovers. It's one of the two. So
it's a bit of both, to be honest.
So let's have a look at these mains that you've put out there. I mean, very traditional sort of Christmas dishes. You're saying your famous gammon. What makes it different? Is it vastly different to the traditional gammon, or is there a bit of a secret twist to it?
Now, to be honest with you, it's not really that much different, but I really take my time making sure that I cut my vegetables, get everything in while it's boiling through. I'm on it. I'm never taking my eye off it. When it comes off the boil, leave it to cool off for a bit, give it a good rub. This year I'm gonna do it with the honey glaze. Sometimes you can use the
Golden syrup.
exactly. So we'll definitely make sure that that gammon is there. It's a crowd favorite. People love it. Nice and moist. So yeah.
Well, you've also got quite a bit of lamb on the menu. You just mentioned one of them that's maybe a slight deviation is the lamb curry, which I don't think is a generally traditional sort of, I suppose, Christmas dish. But I suppose in South Africa you can never go wrong with a curry. When we say lamb curry, what are we talking about here? North Indian, South Indian, Durban Indian? Is there a bit of apricots thrown in there as well?
No, definitely a Durban Indian lamb curry. Waven has some roots from KZN, so yeah, he loves cooking with Durban spices, authentic Durban curry.
So it's going to be a bit hot. Is that what you're saying?
Very hot.
It has to be hot. We've got some Kashmiri spices, garam masala, jeera powder, curry powder, chilies, everything. It's a proper when you eat a curry, it needs to give you a nice smack. You know, it needs to be proud. So that's how I enjoy a curry.
Well, some people might argue that the lamb shank or the roast lamb is the vegetables, but other people might say, well, that's not good enough. Have you got any sort of side dishes that you're going to be serving with all of this?
Yeah, definitely. We love making a rocket butternut and beetroot and ghost cheese salad, which is what we cooked as our starter for our final. And yeah, that is a salad that goes well with braai, it goes well with meat dishes. So definitely we will be serving that up as a side.
Oh, that sounds like a great side salad and a little bit of a really nice break from the normal sort of lettuce, tomato, and cucumber salad. In terms of starters, what is that looking like? What are you going to throw in there? Because you obviously don't want to serve a too big starter because then people don't have any space for the mains.
Yeah, we just do a couple of tempura prawns with a little dipping sauce, some avocado, just something light to start off the Christmas festivities for the day.
It sounds good. I mean, it sounds like a real South African sort of starter. I mean, all things that we get in South Africa, especially around this time. But Azraa, you're also big into baking. So are you looking to lay on some sort of baking finesse on this spread?
Yeah, look, when it comes to Christmas dessert, I like to go all out, either baked cheesecake or, there's lots of things you can do with chocolate mousse and, yeah, just play around with a lot of dishes and desserts. And yeah, just a tip, if there is load shedding for a dessert, you can buy the Woolies chocolate mousse, some Woolies Swiss rolls, some whipped cream, and you can literally make your own dessert without any power.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of that happening, potentially, or at least those in charge of cooking are going to have a plan B in place because we don't quite know what that Christmas day is going to look like. Any other sort of hot tips that you want to share with people who are currently in a flat spin in terms of what they should do or how they should do it?
I would give a tip, and this goes against the grain for me because I'm really traditional. I like our traditional Christmas lunch, like we just mentioned. However, I think this year wouldn't be a bad idea to do a spit braai for a Sunday lunch because you can get that going. Load shedding doesn't affect it. Your vegetables can be going at the bottom of your spit while that's turning and absorb all the flavor. So that's a stress-free, not worried about load shedding type of dish.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, even at the best of times, even if the power comes back on, I think that's a fantastic option to go with. And I think if you serve that up with a bit of a mint sauce or some sort of, maybe even some sort of apple mousse, that could actually be absolutely fantastic and nice and cooling and refreshing, especially around summer. Do you guys go out? Do you go all out for Christmas Eve as well, and then Boxing Day, or do you kind of leave it up to the leftovers to kind of cover that?
Yeah, Christmas Eve, we also go all out. We do a bit of like a snacking, grazing table sort of vibe. We dress up in matching pajamas, listen to Christmas carols, open up presents. And yeah, Boxing Day is basically the leftovers of that massive spread of Christmas Day.
Well, listen, it sounds absolutely fantastic, and I think you're not going to starve. It sounds like you're going to have plenty to eat from. It's been great to check in with Azraa and Waven. Harper, and I think we're still going to hear a lot more from them, and I'm really thanking them for giving us some hot tips. I've made some mental notes as well in terms of what I might be adding to my list, especially planning for the inevitable that we might or might not have power. So, get the coals ready, get the braai cleaned, because that could be a real backup plan there. We're going to keep it going with our Christmas tunes based on movies. And as we almost wrap up this hour, it's time for another break, time for a quick musical break, and we'll be right back after this.
Online, on air,
Anywhere, anytime.
this is the SANTON Times Hour.
This is the SANTON Times Hour on Mix 93.8 FM and also available on podcasts wherever you are in the world. And if I cannot bring you comfort, then at least I bring you hope. That was Wendy and Lisa featuring Seal and the closing of the year from the 1992 movie Toys, starring Robin Williams, probably one of my all-time favorite actors, an actor that I just resonated with in terms of the way he was, the way he portrayed a lot of these characters. Just amazing. And so sad that he's not with us anymore. And quite honestly, I couldn't think of a better piece of music to wrap up what has been a really superb year with you. Yes, you, who's been listening. Having brought the show to FM in May 2022 after 2 years of lockdown online, it's really wonderful to have the Mix 93.8 FM community be part of this journey, and I look forward to really taking things up a level in 2023, and I hope you'll join me for that ride. I mean, there's a few exciting plans in the pipeline, including taking you along to some incredible places and experiences while we're at it, and things might sound a little bit different, they might sound a little bit more dynamic, but you'll get a sense of the places, the faces that we'll be experiencing and speaking to, and I think it'll just add a whole nother dimension to this. And don't forget, if you've got a bit of travel planned now, if you're going on a long-distance drive, why not subscribe to the podcast for free? You can download it and catch up on some content you might have missed from either earlier on in the year or from last year. There's some great content that you'll probably still enjoy, some great interviews that we did, and I really encourage you to do that. And thank you for having embraced this show on radio and also online. And as I say, we're on the cusp of 100 editions, and that in podcasting terms is a milestone moment, because that is a tipping point for a lot of shows in the digital space where things start becoming really interesting in terms of growth, in terms of dynamics, and I know it's going to happen for all of us in 2023. Well, that's it for another SANTON Times Hour on Mix 93.8 FM, and is always available as a podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify. If you want to get in touch, you can email editor@santontimes.co.za, or you can connect on social media @SantonTimes, and also visit the website www.santontimes.co.za, and feel free to send through your feedback, your comments, your thoughts, your questions. They're all welcome. And thank you to all our guests who made time to be on the show this week and also this year. And Vincenzo, I know you're going to Bologna to see the family, which is very exciting. And Buona Natale e un felice anno nuovo. I hope I got that right. Pronunciation might be a bit of a disaster, but the thought is there. The thought is there. Thank you to the SANTON Times team as well as everyone at Mix 93.8 FM. Thank you for listening, and let's connect again next year.
That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to the SANTON Times Hour. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to share it.